Yo, just do me a fast solid and hit that subscribe. Follow all my socials and stop being a bitch ass nigga or girl. It's up to you. Bro, if I was to show you guys my plate right now, it is the most confusing plate ever, bro. So I have pastries, right? I have 2 muffins, like these small little muffins. I still got 2 in the fridge. I might have those ones as well. And I got 2 scones. I have eaten avocado, and on the side of that, I've got beef, like 2 pieces of meat. And on the side of that, as my beverage of choice, I've got tea. Okay. It's currently 4 p.m. right now. I don't know. Is that a cool meal? Is it a confusing meal? I've never had like this much of a mixture all at once in one sitting. It's usually like on different times. Like maybe I'd have like pastries maybe in the morning, then I'd have something different. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? I'm so fucking sick, bro. I'm not sick, I'm healing, but like damn, bro. But anyway, boys, we're gonna react to some shit real quick. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna react to this very, very bad case that's been going on. These influencers were taking advantage of my fellow brothers and sisters. Unfortunately, you know, a lot of people feel bad for them, a lot of people don't. I don't know, man. I'm kind of on the fence. I mean, it is wrong. What's happening is definitely wrong, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, bro, people have to take accountability for, you know, what they do, the mistakes that they make and stuff like that. But what I'm just trying to say is like, you know, let's give a bit of grace, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yes, a lot of people are in Russia right now because of them and, you know, all of that, but man, bro, shit, bro, a bit of grace, bro, you know? A bit of grace. A lot of people think not. A lot of people think they do deserve some grace. It is sad, bro. I saw Seema lost her whole account, but she lost like 2 million. 2 million, 3 million followers on TikTok, all gone, bro. That is sad, bro, you know? She might deserve it, but shit, let's not, you know, act like she didn't work hard for her shit. Let's not act like she just woke up and got all those followers, bro. That's years of hard work, dedication, and all of that, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it is sad. Some don't give a fuck. We have your Saiyan bougies who are like, bro, I didn't know, and that's how I'm gonna leave it. So fuck you niggas, you know. Some are very apologetic. This whole case is just weird, man. It's sad, but this is Mac G. Shout out Mac G in the fucking shot. You feel me? We got Mac G in here. You know, he's giving people the platform to like say sorry and everything, which is dope. So
they'll be joining us a bit later. But first, we gotta start with Zilla Weezy. How are you, my brother?
I'll be lying if I say I'm fine.
Nah.
Yeah, honestly, man. This
damn,
week,
off the
I never
rip.
thought I would never miss my phone. Now, I don't miss my phone at all.
Off
you
the
know, I don't
rip.
care where it is. Mainly because of the things that are happening on social media. Like you guys know, you know.
Yeah, we getting cancelled every week, bro.
Yeah. Welcome.
Hey,
Join the
man.
club, bro.
No. I don't want to. I don't want because I don't know how to handle it, you know.
Yeah,
And before we shot here, I was on an
Bro.
ice call with my mom.
Do you guys think if I were to be canceled, I would handle it or not? Be honest, bro. Be honest. Do you guys think if I were to be canceled for whatever reason, do you guys think I would be able to handle it? Yes or no? Cause, bro, I feel like, bro, it takes a special kind of person, bro. You know what I'm saying? You need to be you need to be a Mac G Soul. You need to be a Drake. You need to be a DDG. You feel me? People who are like, if like not that they're immune, but like controversy is like their second nature. You know what I'm saying? People like Aiden Ross, bro. Aiden is very controversial. You know what I'm saying? He, you know, that's how the whole brand risk thing came about and everything. Do you guys think I would be able to handle cancellation? Yes or no, bro? I feel like I could hold my own. You know, I feel like I could hold my own and just, you know what I'm saying, like get through it. It would take time to like get used to, you know, being in the limelight like that. Because as y'all know, I'm not in any kind of spotlight, at least as of yet. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. Do you guys think I would be able to handle being canceled or not? That's my question of the day. All right, let's go on.
She was panicking for days. Yo, what's working? You know?
Yeah.
And honestly, I have to be the one taking the blame for her because this whole thing, you know? And how
And you're the breadwinner.
yeah, I'm the breadwinner at home, and you
Yeah,
know, I
that's
don't know how
dope.
many calls I've got in terms of telling
That's
brands,
dope.
telling more, hey, chief, out, out, out. And I'm not doing this mainly because of the money, honestly. I'm mainly doing this because I don't want to be, I was 2 million in this thing, you know. And honestly speaking, I just want to say, with the way this whole thing came to me, I wish, or I should have tried see it coming, you know, because how it came about
Do
was the fact
research and stuff like that. Bro, I feel like the main fault or the main problem was the research. Had these people done their research, we'd be speaking a whole different story. But what happened. There's a
one
lot.
of the close people that I know came to me. But before we go to that whole story, I just want to tell everyone at home that I sincerely, especially the people who were who follow me, I just want to say, guys, I have never ever in my whole life, there's no money in the world that is worth me being involved in such things, you know, and I meant it deeply, you know, and I would never, even in the long run or whatever, in a different world, nka se tswile ke tsene ka hara dilo tse, I would never want myself to be involved in such things in anyhow. And also, before we even go any forward, I just want to say, let's raise awareness for this thing that is happening. And if there's a way that I can personally help, I'm willing to help stop this. For example, even the money that I got paid for this campaign, NGO that is helping to say, you know what, I can even show the receipts. I have the receipts of the money that I got and say, take it, because it's not even worth it any cent, you know.
But take us to the
Through
beginning.
yeah.
So like,
So
how did it start for you? What's your side of the story?
so my side of the story is simple, man.
WZ there, bro. WZ there for real. I was still chilling, my fault. WZ there in the fucking shot. Mistakes happen, bro. And sometimes our mistakes affect other people more than they affect us. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like for a situation like I feel like even it's the least he could do. You know what I'm saying? This is the least he could do, bro. He could just turn a blind eye. At this point, there's really nothing else he can do but just take the blame and try to move forward and just show people like, bro, I didn't mean it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was dragged into this shit and I didn't know. W man's in the fucking chat, bro, for real.
The campaign is happening, you know, and an influencer comes, King Oma comes to me, yo, listen, there's a thing that's going on, Russia, you can go to Russia, what. I'm like, eh, serious, yeah. And I'm like, it's fine. I was busy at home doing things. I remember I was delaying in also doing the video, né? And it's like, yo, chief, please, man, please come and do the video. I'm like, okay, it's fine, let's do it. He adds me in a group with Sia, which is Soy Digital, and the One Glove in the group chat. The group chat, I even have the screenshot. It's written, created by King So the Sia, the One Glove comes there. I'm the digital marketing director of Soy Digital, and this is the campaign. Sends me the brief. I still have all those things. Sends me the brief, everything. This is what you have to do and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay. So I don't even think anyhow. No, let me try see your gang. I see it as any campaign, you know, and of which that was foolish of me. You get me? Why was I checking? Especially because there are things like we want girls from Africa alone, you know, and that's my fault. I can't blame anyone. But yes, King Omar and Abu Say Digital, I sent the things to them. I remember the videos that I sent VNs at first. And maybe those were my ancestors telling me, Chief, you're not supposed to do that. I remember them telling me, Chief, you're not supposed to do voice note on that script. It has to be a video. I went back and did the video and I sent them. After sending them, approve. Payment was not even done through me. They gave Uma the money. Uma sent me the money. You get me? Sharp, clean. It's a normal campaign. I got plugged. Another thing that I didn't catch or I didn't even try to read through it is the fact that why is Uma not doing it? Ne? But come on.
Damn. How do you plug someone? Like, how do you tell someone like a thing about a thing? Like, how does someone come to you and tell you, bro, I have a thing that, these people are paying people and everything. I think you should take it and not take it with you. Like, That's kind of sketchy, bro. That's actually not kind. That's very sketchy, bro. I won't even cap to you.
Maybe you'll do it at a bigger level. You know, when you are the main person in the campaign, you do bigger things. Sharp, I leave it like that. I do the videos. Do the video, the first one, put it on my story. I remember saying, "What I can do one video."
I see his thought
stories.
process now,
I
though.
do a story, but now you're dealing with this big agency along with another reputation is sharp. You know, you can't just start and wake up and say, "You guys made me do this," and I keep.
Bro, I just want to say this is what South Africa calls their president. The whole of SA calls their president this. The whole of South Africa calls their president this. Just wanted to put that out there. That's all. That's all I just wanted to say. The whole of SA calls our president this. This right here. It's cute, right? It's cute. Well, so is he. Okay? So is he. So is he. Alright? Let's get back to the video, my fault.
And now this blows up out of proportion. The only thing that I was surprised, or till today, even the agents never came to me, never said anything to me, and I'm like, what's going on? And the main thing that is hurting me is the fact your unemployment they took advantage to that, because a lot of girls, you all want to see us
course.
making bread. Ne? The only mistake that I did personally was the fact that I didn't take proper research and thinking. Even my management was nowhere near. It was me and my boy. You get me? My management was nowhere near me doing such decisions. And I want to tell people out there, or I just want to say, or I don't want myself, so I've never wanted to be inside this thing. And I'm pleading with you guys, if there's a way that I can help to stop people who are introducing such things in our country, I'm willing to be the part of the people by longer can help.
New Zealand,
That's my story. And I don't know. I know my TikTok is gone, my Instagram also, and everything.
Damn.
And I understand how people are angry because, or you are followed by a lot of people.
Yeah.
You get me? You are followed by kids who watch you go high. They believe whatever you say. You know, and I take that. Or Lina, with great power.
Is that true? Did Zila lose his TikTok and his Instagram? Damn, bro. You might as well just take his YouTube at this point, bro. Wipe him off of social media. What the f? Like, bro, people have the right to feel the way they feel, bro. Okay? Don't get me wrong, bro. Don't get me wrong. Everybody who's angry has, bro, the hugest right to feel how they feel. These are people's lives. These are people's families. These are people's daughters and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I do understand, but shit, man, I just hope there's one day there will come a day, you know, where people are, I don't want to say forgiving, but like, you know, can give these people a second chance, bro. You know what I'm saying? But no one has the right to, like, because I know, bro, if I was in their position, I would also, you know, be begging and pleading for forgiveness. So I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Literally, I'm just saying.
Comes great responsibility.
Of course.
You know, and yeah, man, I don't know.
Penduka, your thoughts?
Yeah, so the agency hasn't said a word to you,
No.
even now with
Nah, even
everything
now,
happening.
even the group chat, they're still there. I still see their profile pictures.
But when you reach out,
I didn't, because I was like, now it's gonna be like Ogarikaki fish and also, because at the first, Meg, when a campaign happens, you reach out to me, ne? And when things like this are happening outside, you're not saying anything to me. You are supposed to be the first person to tell me this is how these things are going. I know the guy is in here. I don't know. I you know what? I don't want to say harmful things, but bro, say something.
Yeah.
Because when I did a mistake while doing the videos, you didn't say anything. I've never spoken with any Russian. The people I spoke with are real people, South African people,
that you trust,
that I trust, and that have a good reputation.
and you've worked with them before.
Exactly.
No, Zilo, thanks for your story. I want to get to the other influences that are here as well.
Yeah.
So please can we welcome Sima and Munaka as well to share their side of the story. But thank you, bro.
Thanks, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
Damn, bro. Bro, this whole thing is so sad.
Where do you want to sit, Simi? You want to sit here or next to Sol?
Bro,
Okay.
if I was in this shit, bro, would you guys still ride for me, bro? Like, that's my... Oh, bro. Bro. You just need people who really fuck with you, bro, for this shit. You need, like, a really strong army, family, community, bro, for shit like this that happens, bro. You really do, bro, honestly.
How are you, Monaka? How are you? How are you,
Hey,
Sima?
hey.
Nice to see you again, Monaka. I wish it was under different circumstances,
Yeah.
but here we are. So just like we asked Zile, how are you guys like mentally? I'm sure your phone's been blowing up the whole week. It's been crazy. You look drained, Sima.
I lost 30 kgs because of this thing. Like,
Damn.
like, yo, Meg, yo.
And you, Monaka, how are you mentally? And
I'm not okay. The situation is not fair. It's not nice for anybody. It's been difficult for all of us. So I'm just not okay right now. But we have to keep it moving. And the reason why we're here today is you guys are the only platform that have been willing to give us a chance to say our story without trying to tear us down. So that's why we're here.
so let's start with Sima. What's your story? How did this come to your
Shout
attention?
out, Mac G.
What happened?
Shout out my
this was
nigga Mac.
around Feb, right? Early this year. Feb. Sia texted me because I've worked with him before on he wanted me to promote this video basically on TikTok. Fine. He texts me around Feb. He's like, hey, do you have a YouTube channel? I'm like, yeah, I do. He's like, okay, I want you to be part of this campaign. With influencers that go to Russia and they go and like make content in this institution. I'm like, okay, dope, sounds dope, but hey, Russia, I was a bit, shaky because I've never been out of the country like that. So fine, I'm like, okay. And then he's like, do you think Ghost would want to, work? I'm like, I don't know, let me ask. Yes. I'm like, I don't know, let me ask, right? So I asked him, he's like, nope, because he didn't pay him for the last campaign that he did with him. I'm like, okay. So I go back to Sia, I tell him, Sia, this is what Ghost is saying. And then he's like, what campaign is this? I'm like, I don't know. I think it's a Cotton Fest thing or whatever, I don't know. But he said you didn't pay him 5K, sharp. And then eventually he's like, oh no, let me pay him and then Wabano will move forward. Cool. Fast forward, like the 24th, like this thing is like going fast. Like everything is just quick. So he's like, okay, please send me your analytics, like your insights and whatever. We want to see your everything. Okay, fine. I send everything. I'm like, TikTok and Instagram? He's like, yes. So I send everything. And YouTube. I'm like, okay, fine. I send everything. Sharpo. He's like, okay, I think, when was it even? He sends, yes. Around the 24th, Babo. He sends plane tickets, Babo. Sharp, plane tickets, okay, fine, everything is going well, sharp. And then they send the deposits. Oh, he's like, once the invoice, then deposit, Robin. Sharp, they deposit the money. Okay, sharp. Go to Russia. Everything was cool. Like, it was nothing weird, sus. Like, everything was good, I didn't experience anything weird, man. Everything was just fine. And I got paid well. I was fine. Like, even him, like, he would communicate with us. Are you guys fine that side? Is everything going well? Yes.
Who did you guys meet that side when you flew into Russia?
We met this other lady, I forgot her name, but we called her Issy because we couldn't pronounce her name. So we called her Issy. So she was at the airport, right? And she was the one that was going to take us around Russia and take us to all these places, right? Fine.
So is she part of the people who run
Yes.
or own the program?
Yes.
Okay.
She is.
And when you say we, it's you and who at that time in Russia?
It was just me and Ghost.
Oh, you and Ghost. Okay.
Yes, it was just us.
Okay.
Okay, so Issy's taking us around, showing us around. And then the next day, we went to this boardroom type thing, meeting thing, right? So they're just telling us what we're going to be doing, where we're going to be going. Okay, fine. We go to all these places. We meet all these kids. They're not even kids, like maybe 18, 19 above, So we meet all these kids. We see all these people. And everything was fine, Meg. So I can't even...
So these kids are in the program?
Yes.
And they seem happy to be
Yes.
there. Are they South Africans?
We met one South African. I met one South African. So ati igama lakhe Ingiphile, you know. So like she was like, yo guys, I know you guys from TikTok, da da da. We were shocked, like someone that knows us in Russia, you know. So yes,
How
we
long have
spoke
they
to her
been there for?
a year and 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah, she's been there for a year and 6 months. So yeah, we communicated with her. We're like, oh, this is dope. Like, why are you here? No, I'm doing the program, da da da. And
What if the girl Ingibile was part of the whole scam? Like, thinking about it now, why was she the only South African there? Why was she the only, female from SA who was there? Like, it seems like she was the first to go. It seems like she was the first ever to be there. They could have made up a story about, the whole thing, the whole 1 year, her being there for 1 year and 6 months. Like, they could have made up the whole thing. She could have lied for all we know. She could have lied.
I've been here for like a year, 6 months, you know. Oh, okay, cool. Are you happy here? Are you fine? You know, us like off camera, like, are you actually fine? Because they give us a yes.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I'm good, man. I'm good. Dude, I've been here for so long. It's just that it's cold, but I'm really enjoying this place, you know. And she said that she wants to stay even longer, actually, like after the program. She's like, I really want to go to Moscow and, live there for a bit. Because like a 3-year permit, ukuthi bafunde or basebenze that side.
Also, she was still in the learning
Yes.
phase of it,
Yes.
the training.
So also we went to the sports center where they were teaching us the sports, that side. Those kids were happy. So like
And it's just girls.
it's just girls, yes. But we went to this other I don't even
Bro, do you guys think they would ever make a thing where it's like, we need guys? Like, it's always girls, bro. Like, when do they ever, like, target guys? Why is it always females, bro? Why is it always like that? Like, that makes no fucking sense.
what to say. Again, I don't know if it's a school or what, but it's like I can't even describe it. But when we got in, right, because it looks like a what's effect in Yanaso, right?
Yeah.
But when you're inside, it actually looks like a school. So you enter with your baby tongue, those face and don. Yeah. You enter with that,
card,
yes,
yeah.
your access card. Enter with your access card, you walk in, everything is normal. Cafeteria, bathrooms, there's a boardroom, there's a computer lab, there's just so many things. It's like a normal school, right? Boys, girls, white, black, kunomali, skolo. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, so this thing where they're saying there's people being trafficked, because I was told by this Ingipila girl who would see there's only 4 people from South Africa in that program.
Yeah.
Yes. There's only 4 people from South Africa in that program. So I don't know what is going on. Like, yes, I messed up because I messed up by not researching about this thing. Because I did, man. It was just quick research just to see who's been there before me. So Tando's been there. I'm like, okay. Sorry. So Tando's been there. Okay,
Damn.
Okay. She's came back fine. She's fine. Why not? Let's give it a try.
Oh yeah, by the way, I think it's important to mention that we did invite other influencers who declined to come.
Yes,
Okay.
so
Your
part
King
of the
Omar's,
promotion.
Ghost Klubi. Who else did we invite, Dudu? A bunch of them. I think all of them that are in the list, ne? Yes. So just pause the Sima. Munaka, your version of story. What happened with you?
So with me, I got approached by Omar, and I'm assuming he's a part of the agency because he created the group chat with the agency leaders, right? So Omar hits me up. He's like, "Yo, dude, there's a campaign for Russia. Would you like to do it?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's see what is it about." It's like basically you're gonna go to Russia and you're going to promote a work program. They want to bring girls from that side to Russia to basically have a job because obviously employment is a crisis, all of that stuff. I'm like, "Yeah, it sounds good." He gives me a rate. I'm like, "Okay, this rate is not for me personally." But I was like, I'm willing to do it because I want to do something nice. I really do. And also, I wanted to maybe create content that side. It's part of what I do. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. It's fine. No problem. We create the group chat. Everything is communicated. Everything seems fine. I'm looking up the program. I didn't really find anything crazy. Obviously, I'm seeing stuff, but everything is debunked by research and fake news, all of that stuff. So we're cool. Then after that, we go to Russia. And also, before I went, I actually texted Rusiam Tanda. I'm like, dude, is this thing legit? I saw you went on the program. I saw Sima went. I saw Ghost went. Like, these are influencers that have done this long enough to not do anything stupid. So she's like, no, dude, this was good. Like, I had a good experience. The team
really
is really
now?
nice. I'm like, okay, great. This is a safe thing for me to do.
Really now?
We go to Russia. I meet the ladies that travel us as well. Like, they took us around. They were very nice people, took us around. We saw everything on my end. I got to see the place, the hospitality place where the girls are working in the restaurant. I got to see where they live and all of that stuff. I saw their rooms. I got to see the offices. I got to see where they can learn Russian, all of those things. And then they sat us through a presentation as to why they're choosing girls, because I know that was a big concern for a lot of people. And they mentioned to us they choose 18 to 22 because you need to learn the Russian language. And the younger you are, the easier it is to learn the language, right? Obviously, as you
What
get older,
the
it's harder to
fuck?
grasp languaguages. So I'm like, okay, cool. And they said they choose girls because they want girls because men are a bit more difficult sometimes to work with. They don't want any issues
What
with guys
the
from different
fuck?
foreign countries. So they said, let's just work with girls. They're just more predictable in essence. I'm like, okay, cool. Everything checks.
Bro, working with girls is easier than working with a bunch of guys. Bro, that's the first time I ever hear that, bro. I swear that's the first time I ever hear that. Do you guys know how difficult girls can be, bro? Like all these Russian, do you guys know?
I even had a group session. I had 10 girls from different countries. 2 of them were from South Africa. The other ones were from Mozambique, I think Kenya, I forgot. But we had a long session. The team wasn't even in the room. We were just speaking us as girls. I'm like, guys, are you happy? They're like, nah, this thing is nice. Everything is good. The only thing that they all mentioned was that it is long working hours. But they all said that they were aware of that. That's what they said to me. They said everything is safe, everything is calm. So I was like, okay, cool. Now I can go home and promote something that I think makes sense, right? We come back home, we promote the program, and then obviously now we are where we are today, right? Can I continue?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Then after that, so I was not in the country when everything was blowing up, so I didn't really see anything, to be honest. I wasn't on my phone.
Bro, oh, bro. This looks so bad on Omar, bro. I don't want to lie to you. This whole thing seems so bad for Omar. So first of all, he invites these people. He creates the group chat, or is part of the group chat before these people join the group chat. He tells them, you know, he gives them the rundown on what's going on and everything. And then he doesn't promote the thing. And on top of that, he declines coming to this pod. I understand Ghost, because bro, shit. You know, I declined it. This nigga didn't want to pay me. A valid reason, bro. If you're not gonna pay me, when the amount is due, and then you're gonna pay me just so things can move on. I wouldn't, you know, accept the whole thing either. So I understand Ghost, but Omar, you're on thin ice, buddy. You're
Like
on thin
that.
ice.
Then my friends are like, dude, there's a lot going on. You're busy posting like nothing's happening. Like there's a lot going on. I'm like, what's going on? I go and I see that the Alabuga program is trending and it's looking really bad for all of us. I'm seeing people come with apologies. I was very confused by a lot of stuff. So me, I hit up the agency. So I messaged them. I'm like, guys,
This is Sway.
I'm messaging Sway, yes. And mind you, also know Sia because I've met Sia in Zimbabwe. We did some stuff together. It was fine, whatever. So I messaged the agency. I'm like, guys, what's happening? I'm seeing, did you guys see Twitter? I send them a link to all of the stuff. They tell me that, no, don't worry about it. Like, remember, it's also like political. Like, there's a lot of issues with Russia. Like, it's not just surface level. And they were like, that stuff is not real. Those girls are safe. None of that is happening. I'm like, okay, cool. So what is the way forward? They tell me they're going to try to get a statement from the government. And they're also going to get a statement from the embassy to just debunk all of this news to say that none of this is happening. I'm like, okay, safe. Let's wait for that to happen. Then I think maybe a day or two passes. Now, this stuff is still blowing up. I'm like, guys, it's looking bad. And it's looking bad for us as well, as creators, because now we are being seen as people who are promoting human trafficking, which is something that is diabolical. We would never do anything like that. No amount of money can make you want to promote human trafficking. And I think people also don't understand that that's reputational damage. Am I stupid? Why would we do that? Like, none of us would do that, but it's fine. Then they're like, then they sent us a link, sent me a link to say, yo, dude, this is what the embassy said, but nobody cared what the embassy said. Then we saw the video of of the girl that did that video. I met her. She's one of the girls I spoke to. I literally spoke to her long. We were speaking Vernex, so no one can hear us. And she was like, dude, everything is nah, but people now think that she's making fake news, that she's being paid. It's very difficult for all of us. But I just feel for me, I would have appreciated the agency coming out and saying that I don't know if they did their due diligence. I'm not aware, because some
They
people are
didn't.
saying it's fake. Some people are saying it is a scam.
They didn't.
I don't know. I really don't know the truth. But the embassy did debunk the rumors. But I really wish the agency would have come out and say that, guys, we are at fault for putting these influencers in this position, because that's exploitation. You know our power. You know that we are the face. We are the billboard. You guys should have come out and said, we are sorry for putting you guys in this position. We are the mistake here. Because I feel like people don't understand the business of influencing. There's a middleman every time. When you get a gig, it's usually through an agency, and it's always reputable agencies. They've worked with Sunlight. They've worked with Scorpion Kings. That's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
That's reputable. That's good work. So why would I ever doubt that you don't know your research? If Duma Collective came to me now and they said, go do this Russia program, I'm not even going to think twice.
Of course.
Because it's Duma Collective, they're
Yeah,
an upstanding
big name in the
agency.
game, yeah.
And that's how I felt about this agency too. And also my friend,
That's like, bro, that's like going into a university or a school that has produced a good amount of people, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you go to like Viz University, you go to UJ, UNISA, whatever, and they tell you, nah, you need to pay the deposit, which is like 15K, because the fees are like 50,000+ that year. Bro, you're not gonna think twice about it, bro. This is UNISA, this is Viz, this is UJ. Like, bro, everyone I know has been to one of these schools. You know what I'm saying? Like, I also wouldn't even think twice about it, because, bro, I don't know anyone that works at Wits or whatever, but like, if I'm trying to apply at Wits for this thing or UJ, bro, like, whatever you need, I'm gonna give it, bro. Like, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So I personally do understand, what she's saying and where she's coming from. And also, this is a thing that I kind of also had going into like watching this whole video. There's no way it was like someone new or someone they didn't know, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, bro, it's really sad, bro.
while my friend Omar is part of this agency, clearly, I'm assuming that he also is going to have our back. He would never put us in that position to be backfired like this. Then this happens. Then I told the agency, I'm like, how, guys, nothing's happening. Say something. I even called. Also, the problem is a lot of stuff is on call, so I can bring out screenshots, but it's not going to tell the full story. I call them. I'm like, guys, something must happen here. Like, something needs to happen. They're like, no, because I told them, I was like, actually, I sent a message this morning before I came here. I was like, on my mother's, like, I'm going to sue you because this is reputational damage. Like, I'm going to sue you. Like, I'm not talking anymore. We're going to involve lawyers because you guys are supposed to stand up for us as the influencers and say that it was your mistake and you exploited us. That's as simple as it is. Because now we are being labeled as human traffickers, and that stuff sticks forever. No matter what we do, they will always associate us like that, and we would never do something like that. I would never personally promote anything of that nature to my followers because I have sisters. I know what that is. Why? Like, it's so annoying.
And I want to ask you guys personally, with everything that has happened, in hindsight, when you look back, were there some red flags that now you think, I should have seen that? Or where are you guys? Do you feel like there is human trafficking happening in Russia, or are you still sticking to the story of, like, you don't feel like there's anything according to your point of view?
So for me personally, honestly, what I saw there, everything was fine, guys. Everything was okay. Everyone was okay. I asked like 3 girls, are you guys fine? Are you guys actually okay? I was with like a bunch of girls in the sports center because they have like the sports center thing. They go, when they bored, they go play sports that side, whatever, So I asked them, guys, why are you here? Like, but no, better opportunities, are you happy here? Yes, we're happy, we're good. None of them seemed uncomfortable. I don't know what is good. Honestly, with human trafficking, I don't think, honestly, this program, I don't think human trafficking
Munaka,
involved.
do you think there's human trafficking there?
I think there's human trafficking everywhere, to be honest. So I cannot say whether or not the program has, but from my experience and what I saw, I don't think there's human trafficking. And I think people, when they hear trafficking, they assume it's sex slaves and all of that stuff. There's none of that happening there to my knowledge. Do they work long hours? Yes, they do. That is one thing I can say. That's what they told me as well. The girls said that to me. Do I think there's human trafficking going on? I'm not too sure because that's not what I saw and what I experienced. That's what I'll say.
Are they happy? Are they being properly compensated for these long hours? Because one can complain about work hours but still be happy with the pay. Hence, you still opt in for the long hours.
Yeah, what they said to me is that the jobs that they're doing, they would not be able to get paid that rate in South Africa. So for them, they're like, it's better.
What jobs
basically.
are these,
That's what
bro?
they said to me.
What jobs are?
Okay, I want to
are
bring
they
on board
working?
Sia from the Sway Agency.
What jobs are they doing?
Also, what's the lady's name? The journalist?
Joy from Times.
Yeah,
Times
Joy from
Media.
Times Media, and Mustafa as well, who's been following the story just to get their input.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sia.
you.
Yeah, you can sit here. No, you guys can stay. You can sit here. Sia. Mustafa. You can sit there. Hello, how are
Hey,
you,
Joy.
Joy?
Hi, I'm Joy from Sunday Times.
Sunday Times. Nice to meet you, Joy.
Beautiful hair.
We heard you were
Stylish.
busy doing your makeup.
Yeah.
No, that's not really what happened.
Okay.
With Sia.
Okay.
I'm sure you've heard the guy speak. Just firstly, introduce yourself, like what your company does, and then maybe you can lead us into how you got this campaign on your lap, you know?
My name is Siyabonga Mhlungu. I'm from Sway Digital Marketing. We've been in the space for just over a decade. We've really come into the market just to help grow the creative economy. I think at the brink of 2015, we realized that the world was shifting and the landscape was changing. Advertisers traditionally put money out
Sway
there to
Digital.
advertise, but creators became the advert. Fast forward to 2025, we're still specializing in that space, growing with kind of the climate that the world is in. And that's pretty much a synopsis of our business. How we get this campaign is because we've been at the forefront of digital marketing in Africa for a very, very long time. And anybody who's kind of following the world and understanding how that moves, Africa is the last untapped market in the world. So everybody internationally is trying to come in here and use our creators and use our influencers and brands to get the global narrative out. So this campaign lands in the same fashion, where it's like we're looking for a program or influencers to drive and push a program out in Tatarstan in Russia.
So who reaches out to you guys?
So there's an agency out in Dubai who reaches out to us. So basically, Dubai is like the epicenter of connecting the world.
Bro, I hate how this guy speaks, bro. Okay, maybe hate is like the wrong word, but like his lisp is so annoying. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like it's getting to me, bro.
For a lot of various reasons. Which I
What's the
guess-
agency's name?
I would rather not say.
Okay.
Just for contracts and stuff like that. But yes, so the agency reaches out to us. They say, "Look, we're based in Dubai. We want to connect with you guys. We've done some research. We want to help you, or rather get you guys to help us to basically run this program as far as promotional elements with certain influences in your
My
scope."
goodness.
However, the first element from
Bro,
that whole conversation
This dude needs a pop filter or some shit, bro. His S's are so they stab your eardrum.
comes with
It's
a
annoying.
single influencer in our company, and when they kind of researched and looked into that influencer, they realized, oh man, there's actually an agency that represents them, and they have such a great history. So let's just offer them kind of like the contract for more influencers and seeding more people into the space. But at the time, there was already agencies doing this job for them. So I think the only way they landed on our lap is because that company also does direct DMs and emails to influencers, but they stumbled upon us and kind of put the offer forward.
Okay. So when they reach out to you guys, what was the brief?
It's a standard brief. Look, they're Russians, first thing. So there's a lot of translators that are involved in this. So the English isn't great. It's not a chat GPT, do you know what I'm trying to say? But the brief was very, very straightforward. We're looking for creators to kind of market this program. It's a work program based out in Russia. We have over 33,000 people working in this program. That is the biggest economic zone in Russia. However, it is called Alabuga, which is actually a state-owned company. So it's actually owned by Russians. But the START program is a specific segment in that economic zone, specifically targeting these women who are 18 to 22 because of the roles and responsibilities they want to fill them into. So obviously, if you look at it as a city, You can't have a good man that's 35 years old working in the kitchen. You know what I mean? So they were like, let's actually use the STAR program to find individuals that we can put in like these hospitality jobs, driver jobs, et cetera, to sort of fill this gap. So yeah.
Okay, you got a
Yeah.
question?
So when you guys see, like, what research do you do to obviously, ensure that, because you're dealing with humans leaving their homes. So unlike the influencers, they're obviously going to see the paycheck and take your credibility as an agency. But obviously, because you guys are bringing in the work, so what, homework do you do before you go, yeah, we can sell this or give it to our influencers?
That's a great question. I think we did the homework that the whole country did. Google. That's the first thing, right?
Yes, yes.
And then we stumble across all these very like derogatory articles, and we're noticing a common thread in all these articles that they're saying that women are working in drone operations. People are 18 to 22, and it's a little bit sus, etc., etc. But understanding the climate of digital in 2025, everything is driven by SEO. And understanding the global context of how things are working, Western propaganda is a real thing. So we were concerned by that, but it then prompted us to do a little bit more research. So we actually reached out to the agency that called us, and we had a bunch of questions for them, all kind of based around legitimacy of the program. But secondly to that, I needed hard facts. I needed registration certificates. I needed people in the program I can speak to. I needed testimonials. I needed stats from, if this is a state-owned company, I need to know who registered it, why they were doing it, what's the aim, what are the partners, what are the alliances, et cetera, et cetera. So by the time we got all that information, and bear in mind, well, you can't bear in mind because you didn't know, but we didn't start with sending girls to Russia. We started with the social media elements, similar to what Zelia did, which is, hey guys, work opportunities, so on and so forth. But what we realized is that the questions that we were asking, I guess, kind of made them feel like, hey, maybe you guys can kind of help us sell more credibility to this program. Because we just worked with a girl last year, Utando, who was, I think, the first South African to fly out there and kind of do that whole element. So the first thing I say is that please send me a reference to that girl you're speaking about so I can actually see that video, see her get on the Emirates flight, see her land, watch what the actual infrastructure looks like. And upon receiving that, over and above all the information they provided, I kind of felt like this is legitimate.
And then what about King Omar's involvement in this? What was his part?
King Omar's part is solely seeding. There's another word for it in agency terms. It's outreach, right? Without being disrespectful, we have so much business that we're really doing right now that requires a lot more strategic thinking, consulting for brands, et cetera, et cetera. But with a program like this, we're not involved in the creative. We don't decide that this is the best way to market it and so on and so forth. It's just purely based on, please find people who appeal to the audience of the demographic that we're looking for, which is they need to have predominantly a female following that is between the ages of 13 to 24. And then we can't be running around sort of doing that sort of stuff because, it's just not our nature. We don't have the relationships. So we roped Omar in because at the start of the year, he just reached out to me and said, hey, bro, can we operate something? I'm just looking for some spy, and I just need some extra consularis. And I said, I guess there's something I'm working on right now that I can rope you into. And then that's why he was the one who's predominantly communicated the influences. In fact, before that, we were communicating with our team and our goals directly because it was just at the inception of us getting this program. But after that, we realized that it's going to become a little bit mundane and we can't give all our hours into this because it's analytics. Send us your stats. Let's check it out. What's the rate? But the stats don't match the rates. We're just like, hey, Omar, Bamba here.
Any reason why he didn't take part in the program?
His analytics didn't fit. He has a predominantly male audience and it's just not worth the investment.
Oh, okay, cool. So what's happening? I'm seeing people. Yes, Dudu? You got a question?
Yeah, I'm just saying. I hear what he's saying, right? And I remember Sima also mentioned that she was recruited to work under, and then they were in the same group where he was in, right? And then there's a press release that we just received from you, right?
Ours was direct. It wasn't. I was in it.
Okay. I feel like, all right. It makes sense. So he got the ball. You understand? He got the ball, but he realized, bro, I'm not gonna be able to shoot this because I'm a bit too far, and I don't have the capabilities to like run up. You know what I'm saying? So, look, Sima, here's the ball. Like, here's the ball. I'll give it to you because you can actually run. You understand? You meet the requirements more than I do. So look, man, boom. You go up and make sure you score. You feel me? That's basically how I understand this shit. You understand? I would have shot the three, but I'm half court, bro. You feel me? I'm in the middle of the court. I'm in the middle of the field. I would shoot, but hey man, boom. I'm gonna throw ball it to you. You understand? That makes sense.
In a group.
I was in a group.
I have, but that was a video, and we speak like one-on-one. Yes.
Right, so we have a press release, right, that has a list of the influencers that you work with, right? And in total, it's 33 of them.
Okay, so just to clarify.
Can you give us context with
Okay.
this press release that you sent to us? Why did you send it to us? What is the messaging that you're trying to communicate? Because obviously Mac doesn't and Sol, they don't have access to the press release that you just sent. So maybe give context in terms of the press release that you just sent and why it was sent.
Sure. Okay, so upon hearing about all the stuff in drama that's happening in the country, we realized that there's a very, very big problem as far as
Whoever the sound designer is, really, really did their thing. I don't wanna lie. That engineering was really. I heard it. I heard it. I heard the mic switching, the channel switching. I heard the faders. Bro, I'm with you, bro. That was good.
facts that are being put out there, especially the allegations that are being put out there for human trafficking, etc., etc. See, I'm just not the type of person to trash people's names, so I'm not really going to mention. I think the country knows who's behind the stuff and social and so on and so forth. But a lot of the information and a lot of the facts that they were sort of putting out there were not really substantiated. In fact, almost nothing at all that was there was actually true. However, in the last couple of days, I'm looking at all the ladies and gentlemen's eyes and faces here. Of course, you're going to feel some type of way if the whole country is coming at you. And of course, if they are saying they saw facts, which are the Google stuff they're Googling.
Bro, Siva looks so depressed.
Feel that way to be
God
like, guys,
damn.
maybe we actually did a program and we
She
actually did
looks
something
so
that was derogatory to
devastated,
what we
bro.
stand for. So the immediate reaction from the influencers and creators was to apologize. Now, the minute those apologies go out, there's certain names and stuff that I mentioned, and the people who are pushing this narrative online have to do digging. So what they do is they put out sort of like names and so on and so forth, and then influencers started DMing them conversations.
Yeah, this was 6
Influencers started sending them voice notes and so on and so forth. So as I sit here, this is the first time where I can personally say that I know what it feels like to be dragged. Because after all of this happens, my name then goes on Twitter as Siawong Mtlungu from Sway Digital is the main plug for this entire Alabuga program, and he's the kingpin, and he's the one who's orchestrating all of this. That happens a couple of days ago, which is okay, but what is not okay is I'm realizing that we have reached out to the Russian embassy to say, can we get a statement out? And the statement comes out. We have reached out to the girls to say, girls, please show people what's actually happening. And then we start saying, guys, amidst all of these allegations, where are the kids? Because every comment, every bullying is saying, bring back our girls. Which girls?
Okay, let's pause it there. You mentioned facts, and I want to bring in Joy. Can you tell us, how this story came to your attention? Also, Mustafa, if you want to jump in as well, and just maybe shed some facts or non-facts or what information you came up with.
I don't know if I'm supposed to still introduce myself, but I'm
Yeah, you
from
can.
Sunday Times.
Yeah, you can.
I think we all caught wind of this at the same time when it was due to Cyan Bougie's video that was questioned on social media. And when that obviously raised questions, the fact that, I wish you could have actually spoken to, sorry. I understand that you're saying that you're not as involved in the selection process of the influencers that you use. However, I wish you could speak to the point of how you got to even having people that brand alignment in terms of what this program is about, and the influences that you choose. It's kind of like it just does not really align, I think, on my end. But I think to come to your point is that I just heard about it on social media, and of course interrogated it. And I think thereafter there were a couple of other influencers that came out to say that, hey, we were actually also approached, and these were the red flags. Influencers like Lerai, who's the MTV presenter. Yes, as well as Primo, who's a comedian. And he was like, the red flags were being approached, offered 700 US dollars, which is way beyond his actual rate, which was the first red flag. And the fact that his brand does not align with what...
Wait. 700 US dollars. All right, I just wanna see how much it is. Not saying he's lying or anything, but I just want to see how much that is. 700 USD to rands. So damn. 12 bands of video. Damn. So he saw this and was like, bro, this is too much money. I'm not doing this. Damn. That's some real nigga shit. Nah, I won't even lie. That's some real nigga shit, bro. Damn. Talk about sticking to your morals, bro. That's 12K. I'm not used to it. I've never received it before. Like, yeah, I do this shit for a living, but 12K isn't something. Damn. Nah, that's dope. That's dope. Shout out Primo. Shout out
Specific
Primo,
program
bro.
is about. And I think when you spoke about Tando, this is an influencer who has spoken about how she doesn't like school. I mean, already her brand is tainted, and I'm trying to understand, or rather ask, how we got to choosing these specific influencers to be a part of the specific program.
Well, I think Joy will get to asking him questions, and everybody
Yeah,
else. We just
yeah.
want to find out the facts from a journalistic
Yes.
point of
Okay.
view. What facts have you unraveled while doing research into this?
I think from the way...
The mic.
Sorry.
There you go.
I think the way that they were approached is a bit of already the red flags for me. Some were, I mean, Primo, for instance, the way that he was approached with this particular program, he just got a screenshot that's saying, and it was not necessarily the agency, but it was rather you saying that, I want him to be a part of this. And I think he was also mentioning that the way that he was approached was very sketchy, and that was the red flag. I think the entire thing for me is just the approach of the manner, rather, in how they approached, for me, that I get to question. I think for me that's the biggest red flag.
So as a journalist, when you went in,
So that's why they ended up using Omar, because bro, these people are so, not only are they sketchy, but they know how to not look sketchy, bro.
did some digging, is there anything you found to be untoward that this program is doing? And also, like he's mentioned, and we've all seen on Google, there are articles. Are these from credible sources? As a journalist, you would know whether a Bloomberg is credible versus some obscure blog. So are these from reputable, the articles that are saying, that are smearing the whole Alibuga program, are these credible? And from your research, is there human trafficking?
It's obviously still under investigation, so I cannot really speak to the fact whether it is actually human trafficking. I cannot confirm
What
that.
from what
Sure.
you've gathered? From your research.
I cannot speak to that fact. I would rather not. I think I would be speculating, which is not what I'm trying to get to. And I think when you mention the platforms that I've been speaking on this matter, some are not credible. which for me made me reach out to lawyers to rather speak to how this even came to be. And it's from the sources that I've spoken to, it's not seeming credible.
It's-
Yeah.
Mustafa,
so,
wanna jump
so
in?
I wanna, yeah. I think the first thing I wanna kind of give context to is the whole research part on the part of the actual influencers themselves, not the agencies or the intermediaries like the managers and stuff like that. Being somebody who has been in the industry for a very long time in terms of creating campaigns, etc., I will say this: there are a lot of international offers for various things that come in for influencers. I must say that. That's a start. Whether they're offering you to pay you in USDT, in crypto, in fact, they almost feel like spam. So there is a lot of that is out there. What is very important to understand is what should have been the red flags. I don't necessarily think these are things that influencers themselves would have been able to fully unpack. And I must say that. And I know that this is a very contentious issue for everybody, but we've got to give you a full view of how influencer marketing works so that you can understand the context that people deal with stuff in. So somebody has to ultimately receive the thing. And I think that was Sia's company, right?
Sway Digital.
So that's
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to cut him off. I was just waiting for my turn to speak again, right? But we are actually not the only agency. In
No,
this.
100%,
All right, cool.
100%. So,
Right, great. Got
so,
you.
but in this context, you're the first person to come into the guys. So, checks and balances should have happened at his level.
Yeah.
Then the second checks and balances should have happened at the managerial level, right? Because one, it's not a South African-based campaign. So whenever that's the case, you don't have recourse, and you always think about it on the worst case scenario. What if I'm not going to get paid for this thing? Which jurisdiction would I be able to lay my complaint in? So if somebody says, and you look at the address and it says Randburg, it says Pretoria, it says, so you know that the company is based in South Africa, they have a registered VAT number. So if I don't get paid, I can always go there. So generally, the level of meticulousness and investigation that needs to go into these type of campaigns is massive. That's the first part. So just to get things clear for people,
Bro, this
influencers
is so insightful,
themselves,
bro.
yes, people
I won't
can
even
say
lie,
they
this
should
is
have
so
researched,
insightful.
but that's why they have a team. And I must state that. That's why they have a team. I myself make content, but I also have an agency. So we sit and we brainstorm things. Do we want to do this? Is this up our alley? We say no, and we move on, right? So that's how the thing works generally. Now, what's happening here is that there also is a geopolitical play here. This should have been the biggest red flag. And the geopolitical play is that Russia is currently involved in a war, in a special military operation with Ukraine, right, as a start. Now, when you see an article that says we're in a particular region and you start to see things that pop up, like, let's say, drone production, etc., and all these other things, in a similar space that you're operating in, that's a massive red flag that
Bro,
should say
this
to
girl
you,
seems so out of it, bro. Like, she seems like, bro, shit. Damn, bro.
we probably shouldn't get our people involved in here because there's reputations at stake. You lose pretty much nothing by saying, guys, we don't think we've got people for this thing, right? But for whatever reason, there was a continuation to say, there's maybe credibility. At times, even us as myself as alternative media, we've gone on chaperone trips to China, for instance. I remember the last time I was here, I was also speaking to you guys about that. And there is a almost like a corralled mentality that when you land, you are looked after in a particular way. So again, not in your defense, but you wouldn't have, if there is something going in that right, you wouldn't have seen it anyways. And this is important, and you can't say this to people because they won't believe you. But controlled trips are just that for journals. You get a chaperone who takes you here. You don't use public transport. You go here. They pick the people that you get to speak to, etc. So there is a controlled element, and it's important for people to also understand that. So when Asima is here saying that I didn't see anything, that's the truth. That's the truth that she lived. So there is so much that's going on here. And again, on top of that, just as Joy is saying, there are credible sources with not a lot of verifiable leads that you can follow, but at the same time, there are unverifiable sources. But what they've done is that they've made us have this conversation, and it's important to unpack all of the facts, and that's what we're doing here.
And I want to go back to you, Sia, to something that Munaka mentioned. So you as Sway Digital, when you see the implosion
He spoke so well, bro. He spoke so well. His reasoning is just very good. Very good.
on social media, what's your first thought? What was the strategy? You know, because the influences you've brought along on this campaign are seeing flames, you know? And like Munaka said, there was no communication from them, right?
Yes, I texted them.
Right. Initially, that is, I think Zile also mentioned something like that earlier on. That is absolutely terrible from our side. We should be the first people, not the people who are trying to get a hold of them, like the Omars, not the PR teams, whatever. We are supposed to be the first people who are saying, Munaka, Sima, Zile, at least the 12 people that we were involved in this campaign, we're supposed to be the first people to take that first call. So I am extremely apologetic for that, and that is absolutely terrible. I'm not even going to go into the lanes of why that happened. It's not an excuse. So we messed up in that element.
What's the Dubai agency, the Russian Dubai agency, saying?
Okay,
Right
so
now.
so what I've learned over the past couple of days and weeks is that the way that this thing was introduced to us, we didn't know how many people were actually playing in the space. So the way that it came to us is that like, you guys have so much power, you're so great that we want to make you the exclusive agency in Africa, because this is beyond South Africa. It's actually in a lot of African countries. So the first thing we realized when the trends came about is that
Oh shit! So this thing is, I thought they came like strictly directly for South Africa. I thought it was like a very what's the word, bro? Intentional attack, or like
about 33 to 35 people. Where did all these people come from? You know? So what we realized is that when we hit up the agency to say, hey guys, this is going on and so on and so forth, they actually had not much power to necessarily say, we're going to put out a press release, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, because they actually reporting to the states as far as the Alabuga program is concerned. We then get a hold of the states and then run them through whatever's happening. But the problem is this, is that with state-owned companies, it's not a speedboat, so it doesn't just turn. It's an entire ship.
Bureaucracy.
Right. So the levels of engagement, the minute we hit them up, it's like, it's not necessarily you guys cannot say anything. It's to say that just be very aware that everything you do say can be incriminating, because we're not dealing with Sia's clothing brand here. We're dealing with governments. And at a high level, governments were involved, even from here and different places around Africa, to go to that region, to go to Russia, to go to Tatarstan, and shake hands and cut these deals with these people. So when we get into those rooms, we're now sitting in rooms with different government people, you know, which is also one of the reasons I was a little bit delayed today, to say that it is such a meticulous approach that needs to be taken in sort of dealing with this stuff, especially when it comes to speaking out on it. So from our end, we were not in a position to actually put anything out. We're not in a position to actually say anything, not because we're muted, but we're just advised to say, can we deal with the core problem first? So my conversation is, I'm looking at this and I'm realizing that the statement goes out from Russia and the government. It's posted on Facebook. Let me put my words correctly. The Russian embassy here in South Africa puts out a statement. Guys, this is not true. It's cap. It's ignored. Then we go and put the girls out. That is ignored. In fact, to a point where the girls are now getting bullied. They're saying, why is your neck red? You know, and no, she had chickenpox. But then another girl comes on and says, hey, my friend was actually trafficked. Okay, let's help this girl find her friend. The sister says, the girl's fine. She's on WhatsApp. They're texting. To the point where the sister says, hey, Joe, intellect, since they're saying that they're taking your passports and they're taking your phones, do a selfie in the mirror with your passport and phone, right? But to answer your question more directly, we engaged the people that we were working with, but unfortunately, we were not in a position to speak out on it until we let the actual officials put something out officially out there.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, Joy.
So if that's the case, I understand for the public you're not necessarily able to speak on the matter. Why ignore a text from Monaga or other influencers?
We didn't know.
Okay, sorry,
Yeah.
I might have missed that because obviously I was late. But what was the response to her in order to just keep her calm while the whole thing is blowing up on social media?
I think just based on context and time, she's already spoken to that, so you were a little bit late. So I think they can run it back and speak on it, unless I should answer it.
No, but they did say
Yeah,
that
they
there
did
was
say
like
a delay.
a veil of silence
Yeah.
when they reached out, when Zille reached out, when she reached out to you guys.
When I reached out
there was
immediately,
silence.
no, they didn't answer. When the stuff was happening, they didn't answer. They didn't say anything. So I think only when I realized, like I said, I didn't know what was going on, but only when I realized, I was like, guys, what's happening? And they answered immediately. But my thing is, I think there was maybe 2 days of it happening before anything was said, and that was my concern. Like, you can see what's going on. You're not texting me.
Yeah, which is exactly what I still apologize for, and I initially apologized for. We should have reached out a lot sooner, but yeah, we'll learn from that.
Dudu made me aware that before we shot, there was a meeting with all the influencers that you had regarding this podcast. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dudu, but there were chances that it wasn't going to happen, right? What was discussed in that meeting? What were you guys talking about?
Sure. It wasn't a meeting with influencers, it was a meeting with influencer agencies. So, like I mentioned earlier on, there was like 2, 3 other agencies that were involved. And even that statement that Dudu has is literally something that they've put together and said, you can send it
You
to
guys
the
weren't part of that call, Sima? You weren't
No.
part of that call, okay?
No influencers involved.
Who was in the meeting?
The other influencer agencies.
Just you guys, no like officials or anything
And officials.
from Russia or SA.
Russia and SA.
So that's a joint statement from everybody.
Yes, Dudu?
Yeah, so I get that, but so I think they need context when you're saying who was there. They need all the names because I know that also King Omar was a part of it. So maybe just give full context so that everyone is privy to that information. Because some
Yeah.
people had spoken to King Omar, like Azile got into this thing because of King Omar, and I had spoken to King Omar to be a part of this as well. So maybe also mention that he was a part of it so that there's full context.
Yeah, sure. To clarify, it was agencies that were involved in representing the program. So the reason Omar was there is because I felt the need to have him in the room because, yes, he's not a part of the company officially, but he was communicating to different people. So that's the only reason we roped him in. Over and above that, there was no influencer. It was just the agencies that were involved. It was officials from Russia and officials from South Africa. The reason that meeting happens is because when we're starting to look at the campaign and look at all the stuff that has actually gone out, the information, the videos from the girls, none of that was trending. So we quickly grasped that this is not about the program. This is about the influencers. So the pressure that we're putting on them is to say, hands off the influencers, right? But unfortunately, because of that big ship, they can't release stuff like that. So the meeting today was to say, okay, guys, we're going to sit with the influencers because I do not believe that in this whole silence and all this camaraderie that's happening, that we can have no representatives that are kind of sitting there. So the meeting was to say, when are we going to get an official statement from the government? How is this actually going to happen? And what is actually happening to lead up to that whole process? Which we were informed of certain information as to when the meetings are happening. And unfortunately, even with the HR team,
How does Schiller's Punch taste, bro? Like how does it actually? Is it actually good, bro? Because I've never had like a full. I've had like a little a bit, but like I wouldn't say that's enough for me to like know exactly how it tastes. How does Chiller's Punch actually? Is it actually nice, bro? Is it actually something that people buy all the time? Because I get why they're drinking it, for advertising and stuff like that. It's like the whole Prime thing with Logan Paul and like you'd see him and Mike drink Prime on the the pod, even with the Nelk boys like Happy Dad and stuff like that. Like they actually drink Happy Dad and stuff like that. But like with Chiller's Punch, like is it actually good, bro? Because I've tried Prime. Prime isn't the best. It actually isn't really, for me at least. It's like it's too sweet, man. You know what I'm saying? So is Chiller's Punch actually good, or is it like what's going on?
this is state. So we can't just say, hey,
And
Joe,
also,
put it on your
do
brews.
you guys
Alpha.
actually drink
Because
it? Do you guys actually drink Chiller's Punch? Yes or no?
for them, I must say, they are highly disappointed and a little bit flabbergasted into, we've been running this program for such a long time. We have never seen such hectic and intensified bashing of things that are not substantiated. So to us, they even got a little bit.
Bro, I'm tired of hearing this nigga speak, bro. Like, respectfully, I'm tired, bro.
we had.
Yeah.
Can I also add something?
Yeah.
For me, ne, I just want to know, like, I understand that the government has to say something, but in the meantime, what happens to us? Because some of us have lost brand deals, we have families to feed, we have expenses.
It's your
And
livelihood.
it's my livelihood,
Yeah,
it's Sima's
accounts, man.
livelihood. And the thing is, it's also, the biggest thing out of this is reputational damage. It's
Yeah.
extremely hard to work with anyone, even if we did nothing. They're always going to say it's risky to work with Mang Mang because of that situation and that scandal.
You're on the blacklist.
So, yes, absolutely. So I just want to know, why are they taking their time when they know this stuff affects us? What are they going to do in the meantime? Are they going to compensate us for reputational damage? Are they going to do something? Are they going to speak to the agencies on our behalf? What's the way forward? Because now we are human traffickers and we don't have money anymore. We don't have jobs in essence. And it's going to stay with us for a very long time.
Yeah. You're so right. And that's a valid question. That's the question I ask myself. Don't forget that I am the kingpin in this whole thing on social media. Don't forget that Sia is the only person who's responsible for all these influences. Don't forget that I am the one who convinced these girls of lies and took them to Russia. I'm the one who's had brands in mid-deals, the ones that you referenced earlier on, saying, hey, Bafo, I know it's bad. We're sorry. I've had lawsuits, I've had phone calls, I've had management, I've had everyone coming on to me. So that is a very valid question, Monate. But it's not a question that I can answer directly because I am not the government. I am not the program. You know what I mean? I can just handle what we had to do as an agency and to push these people and get the answers. But I do not know, and I can't answer definitively to say what is the solution when it comes to, are the brands going to work with these guys again? Are the brands going to work with me again? I don't even know that for myself.
Is there a contract between the agency and the influencers? Because that might answer your question in a clause somewhere, you know? Because now you're facing reputational damage over work they brought. Is there a terms of agreement contract that was signed?
We did have a contract. I must check again for that clause.
There was a contract.
In context like what, reputational damage and stuff like that?
No, just contract terms of
Engagement.
Of engagement.
Yeah.
Influencer agency.
Yeah, definitely there was, but I don't remember a clause there that can answer this question because we could have never predicted this happening, especially on things that are not true. You know what I mean?
The other thing is that generally in contracts, and I think for anybody who is in the influencer space, you need to kind of think
Bro,
about
Simo
this.
looks so
Normally what
sad.
companies will do, and I don't obviously haven't seen your contracts, is that they'll place a clause that says if you put us or our brand into disrepute, but
she literally looks like she's about to cry, bro.
influencers
she's
never
not
write their
crying
own clause to say, what if you put us into disrepute?
Yes, what you mean.
So then arbitration becomes important, and obviously we're not litigating it now, but then they're able to say, we've then incurred reputational damage. That's why international versus South African campaigns are important, because in South Africa, we have our jurisdiction that we can deal with the fallout, but for a company that's in Dubai, that's working with working with the SOE that's in Russia, becomes tricky. Whose jurisdiction? Is it the domiciled one where we are in Dubai? Is it the one that's in Tatarstan?
And you know what my thing is, bro? Can I be blunt, bro? You know, obviously people don't know this, but I know you personally, and I'm really disappointed in how you've handled yourself today, because I've been scammed by you.
Whoa.
I won't talk about that now because it's not about that.
Whoa.
But I feel like, bro, I was expecting you to take accountability because the damage you've done, bro, is monumental, bro. And what I'm hearing you,
Whoa. Wait, run that back just a bit. Whoa.
Is it the one that's in Tatarstan?
I've been scammed by you.
you know what my
I've
thing is,
worked
bro?
with
Can I
you.
be
I've worked with you and I've been scammed by you. It's crazy, bro.
you know, obviously people don't know this, but I know you personally, and
Damn.
I'm really disappointed in how you've handled yourself today,
Damn.
because I've been scammed by you.
Damn.
I won't talk about that now because it's not about that.
Look at his face.
But I feel like, bro,
Damn.
I was expecting you to take accountability because the damage you've done, bro, is monumental, bro. And what I'm hearing you say, you're just deflecting. It's Dubai this, it's Russia this, it's the government this, but none of these people, and you're just throwing the influencers under the bus, bro. And none of this shit would have happened to them. This is their livelihood, bro. I work with these people, and I know like not a single one of them in their vein would ever be a part of this if they had the full picture. But it seems like they were duped, they were manipulated because they're a bit young and wet behind the ears and stuff like that. Yes, they had a part to play in this, but the main reason they're here is because of you, bro. And I think like the moment you saw that they were being thrown under the bus on social media, you should have said, guys, leave the influencers alone. It's Sway Digital. We are in this mess because of me and my lack of due diligence. I'm sorry, South Africa, but leave these guys alone. People have lost, like, bro, you in social media, you know how hard it is to gain followers. Seema has worked her ass off, bro. Gaining, she was almost on 3 million TikToks, bro. That's a livelihood. That's all she has.
Bro, that's, oh my goodness. Bro, you see, bro, I know body language, bro. I've been saying that she looked like she wanted to cry, bro, and she's crying right now. Bro, as soon as Mac G mentioned her name, tears just started flowing out of her eyes, bro. And I don't blame her, bro. I don't blame her, bro. Starting this shit, bro, like, this shit is not easy, bro. This shit, even for me, is not easy, bro. Managing myself and pushing myself, doing all this shit, you know, trying to get the engagement, the followers, everything. This shit is not easy, bro. And to lose it like that because of someone else, nah, bro, nah.
These people are working to feed their family, to feed their homes. Like, this is all they have, bro. And you're just gonna come here and tell us Russia this, Russia that. Where's the accountability, dog?
100%. That's a valid question, Mac. But I'm going to be honest with you, bro. The only reason I even agreed to sit down on this interview, despite every single person telling me not to go into the interview, is because I 100% sympathize. Mac, the most important thing to realize here is that even on social media as we speak, everybody's saying it's me.
No, they're saying it's you.
Bro, and also the fact that he didn't deny that he has scammed Mac G should tell you who he is, bro. Like, that should just tell you who he is and what he's about. Damn, bro.
It's a subsequent of someone mentioning your name. What I'm saying, dog, there's no accountability from you, bro.
I have given accountability, bro.
By doing what? By doing what?
Okay, I'm gonna let you finish. Bro.
Yeah,
I don't want to be disrespectful or rude.
But also, there's a context maybe that Mac is not putting there. On top of everything, and you guys having a personal relationship, there is a client-influencer relationship, and then you being the client, and then.
Bro, I can imagine what's going on in her head, bro. What's going on in Seema's head right now is fuck. I'm here. I'm sitting here. My life is fucked. My career's at stake. And this nigga's just sitting here talking nonsense, not even taking accountability for anything. I wish I could just like stand up and slap the fuck out of this nigga, bro. That's what's going on in their head right now. I swear, bro. I swear, bro. If you ever see this, bro, tell me if I'm wrong, bro. Tell me if I'm wrong, bro. Come on.
There's your relationship with the people. It should have never gotten to this stage, if that makes sense, because your contract with those people should have covered this type of occurrence, because you're obviously not certain who you're working with because you'd never met them personally. We don't, or at least we don't know if you have, right? So with this blowout, it's important to protect your bread, because in this domicile in South Africa, the first people that should have been protected are the influencers.
Yes.
Because it really doesn't really matter per se all of the legalese, because people don't care about that, right? The truth takes a long time to get out the door, and the lie has already gone around the world, right? Whatever it may be in this context. So people have now and are now suffering ramifications. I think what Mac is asking you is, what is the immediate remedy from your perspective outside of everybody who was not involved in the drafting, in the choosing, in the contracting of these people who are now feeling hard done by? I think that's what you're asking.
100%. And I'm just saying, it's like, bro, like, if you fucked up, own it.
Yeah.
And I'm just hearing spinning. That's all I'm hearing. It's just spinning. And the people that have suffered the most, it's not Russia. It's not Sway Digital, because Sway Digital will go along and get other influencers, do other campaigns for them.
Bro? I don't see a world like that. I don't know if you've seen the stuff on the internet. I don't know if you've seen.
But the people that have suffered the most is the influencers, bro. And you can't
There was
bounce back
immediate,
from this,
there's
bro.
immediate loss, and there's, it could be a remedy that says, look, we will use whatever influence we have with the governments of Russia and South Africa to go speak to the platforms like TikTok, etc. Because that starts to be a remedy. I don't know if that makes sense because it
none of
gives
that-
them
it
comfort.
And that's where accountability comes.
But
Yeah.
I think that's I mean,
Bro, I
there's a
feel
lot,
like this
and
is
it's
where
okay.
shit gets
and
heated,
I
bro.
will stand on this because I chose to be here.
This is where
I
shit
don't
gets
think
heated.
Mac was asking a question. I think he was making very clear statements based on what he was saying. I think you're contextualizing it based on a question. I think the statement speaks to the accountability. However,
Bro,
I
this
only
guy's
got that
voice.
approval a couple of hours before coming here, which
His
is what we were
S's are
fighting for to
annoying.
get. Mac, I'm not working directly with Tatarstan. In fact, I'm the only agency that's not working directly with them. I am working with the agency in Dubai that gave us the job because they have the contract with Tatarstan. Whereas every other agency, to my knowledge, speaks directly to the Russians. So it's a long lead for me to even get those people to even get on a call. It's a long lead for me to get people from the institutions here to get on a call after the statements they
What are
released.
those guys saying now? The ones from Dubai.
So
Saul
you.
asked that. Saul asked that, and
Yeah.
he deflected.
No. What are
I
they
didn't
saying to
deflect.
you?
Yeah, I didn't deflect. What they're saying to me is the same thing that the other people are talking directly to Russia is, which is I have to speak to those people. They speak to them. They say, guys, we need to wrap our heads around this. We need to have certain meetings. We can't just release a statement. Please give us time, my brother. Please give us time. Please give us time. Till I said, I can't wait for time. I need to find the other sources why this is happening. That's why the meeting with all the influencers who are actually speaking directly with them happened today. That's why we had the representatives. That's why now we have the statements. So for me, Mac, I definitely understand and respect what you're saying. And I'm trying to take, not in trying to, I am taking the most level of accountability I can because I can't speak on the Russian people. And it's going to be very detrimental for me to do so without the actual facts. If human trafficking is a thing, I will admit to say, guys, that is hectic. And we should have done due diligence and found this. But with the due diligence that we did, bro, we did not find any of that. With the conversations and the stuff that they're saying to us in the meetings today, there's none of that. So for me, I'm trying to take accountability, but within the jurisdiction of my service. Like, I'm not the institution. I'm an agency contracted by another agency, and that's all I can really speak on.
There's also an unintended reputational damage of the entire influencer ecosystem now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, that's a lot.
and-
Bro, even
and-
we are getting affected as the podcast network.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Simo's on spreading humor, Zila's on spreading. Like, this is a fucking mess, bro. It's a massive mess. And all I'm hearing is Russia. There's like, come on, guys.
So can I ask a question politely? So when we come to accountability of the mess, what is the ideal response you'd like to hear from me?
So my thing is, right, and that's why I'm saying I'm going back to your character, having worked with you, and how you represented yourself when you scammed me and everybody.
Which I mean, we had a conversation on that, and I think you know exactly how that happened. So now that I've chosen
and
to
the,
keep quiet
and the
on it,
conversation was this: you were spinning. You were spinning.
I don't think I was
Wait,
spinning,
what-
Mac.
Yes,
what-
you were.
what
Bro.
happened?
Bro, how do you explain till this day you still haven't paid me back for the scam?
I can explain that.
But you see, that's spinning.
It's not spinning. It's because the way that you're positioning, bro. And here's why I'm going to come with you on this conversation. Because the reason I subject myself to this conversation with you is because I know that I'm going to be on a public platform. And I do expect you to say what you're saying to me now. Because we've had 3 conversations on air about exactly the same thing. And I responded to you on air. And you didn't drop that part of the response. So for me, it's like, I don't want to delve into that as far as the audience is concerned. But now if I don't, the taste that's going to leave on people's mouths is, oh, so this guy actually scammed us. But you know exactly what happened that day. And I'm not going to speak on it because there was actual levels of engagement. There was actual people I introduced you to, and you had direct contact to those people. And I even went to pay their debt on their behalf because you keep attacking me for that whole thing. But I understand the place where your heart is at, and I am apologetic for that, bro. But for me, I don't think it's fair to drag the character thing in because there's other agencies involved. There's other states involved. So the whole Russian economic zone, the whole agencies that are in South Africa and have done this successfully, the 33,000 people who are there, the 0 allegations of families who have lost people cannot sit on me based on my character issue with you, based on the guy that you think I am.
Can we
So for
bring
me,
it?
it's just a little bit difficult for me to kind of get to this place because it's like, so maybe I should have then listened to the people at the state and said, actually, I am going to be a subject there. But for me, you guys are family. Bro, you used to come to me in my office. We used to sit in the car. We used to do all that sort of stuff. When you started this podcast, I was your guy. So for me, it's like hearing you say this over and above, like deviating from the actual issue to pinpoint my character is hurtful, bro. And for me, it's like this conversation is going in a whole different direction, but I'm here for it.
But okay, Joy. Yeah.
Sorry, no. So this is obviously not your first interaction with influencers because you do work with a couple of them, and I wanted to know, and of course, in terms of accountability, I wanted to know if, or rather, how, or if rather, your company, how does it even have a way of protecting the interests of influencers that you're involved in? Obviously, this is not the first time, as I.
He is so heated, bro. Like he's like he's holding it in, bro. He's holding it in.
Do you at any point within your company discuss how to protect the interests
Like
of the
campaign
influencers?
insurance and stuff?
Yes, I'm trying to understand that.
Campaign insurance, I don't have structures like that. I'll be honest. I don't.
But
want
is there a
campaign
structure in place to protect the interests of the influencers that you work with,
I'm
or
the-
is it
I'm
just
the-
taking
I'm the only
advantage
guy-
of?
I'm the only guy sitting in the seat.
Yeah.
I'm the only guy on social media that people are saying this is the kingpin. I'm the only guy who has brands, agencies, and other people around me who are falling into different spaces, just like these creators. I'm the only guy who's sitting here right now saying, guys, I can only
But
speak
Sia,
on the
would,
same
would any
jurisdiction.
of these influencers be in this situation if you didn't present this campaign to them?
The ones sitting in this room, no. But the ones in the overall campaign, yes, because I'm not the only agency.
So can I also offer
In fact,
a
there were
solution?
people before me. I came in and this was already running. I wasn't the first to say, hey guys, we have a plan for Africa. I came in the middle and my testimonies that are shown, not mine, but the testimonies that are shown and the facts I screened came from other people doing this before.
That's what I'm saying, Sia. Everything with you, bro. If you listen to what you just said, you said the reason why me and you had a fallout is because you introduced me to someone who happened to scam me. Not you, but you are the middleman, right? In this situation, you are the middleman again. And people, and people have been scammed, but yet you're still deflecting to say these people need to do this, these people need to do that. And what I'm saying is that there's a pattern here of you not being accountable for your mistake and standing up and say, guys, I fucked up. I fucked up. And not deflecting, and that's what I expected from you. Like you said, bro, we're close, we work together, and I trusted you, like these influencers trusted you. Because I trusted you would never do me wrong, right? And when you did do me wrong, when we called you at the airport, bro, you were acting like you are all confused. You don't know what's going on. We had to make our own means and get the way and get out of that shithole, right? Which we did. And even after that, not once did you come back and say, Meg, I'm so sorry for what happened. I'm so sorry I screwed you over. I still owe you money. Okay, I don't have the money now. We can do payment structures, whatever. Till this day, that conversation didn't happen because it didn't. It didn't happen, bro.
Okay,
man. And I don't want to dwell on that.
Yeah,
but
can I bring in a solution for what we're dealing with?
Please don't do that. Because I actually did come back to you at the airport. I actually did say those things, and I paid you money from that, from my own pocket.
Okay,
you said that before.
Your point of view.
Well, am I lying, Mac? Because now, bro, you're gonna say this and then deny, bro.
Bro, I don't want to go back and forth about what happened. Then I'm trying to show you
there's another
that
issue
there's a pattern
You
here.
brought it up.
I have a similar solution,
happening, and you're in the middle, bro.
See, I've got a solution that doesn't involve government, etc. The most immediate thing is, one, people have lost platforms now. They cannot respond to anything. So the first thing I would do, or maybe if I was in your position with my agency, is that I would literally go get legal advice, and we would go literally frog march ourselves and everybody who's affected into TikTok offices, into Meta offices, and start to say, guys, can we explain what's going on? Because all of these things that are happening, I don't know if that would suffice enough, but it would give people a feeling of being represented in a way that helps them get out of where they are now. Some people can't even respond to what's going on. So that's the most immediate thing I see, to say, how can we get their platforms back so that they can at least have a voice and start to fix things? Because you don't fix things in lawyers' offices in the world of the influencer and the creator. You fix it in front of people, unfortunately. And if they
100%.
can't get in front of people, lawyers are needed, and you need to walk into these offices and you need to literally beg for their platforms to come back and say, these people, this program, what you know, you guys can speak to the government, but as we stand now, these people need their platforms back.
Yeah.
That's the responsibility that I think
100%.
you're looking for.
And we
2.8 million.
Okay.
So 2.8 million, Sia.
No, but I agree with Zim,
100%.
because platforms when they ban you, it's not because there's evidence
Yeah.
of a crime.
Yes.
It's because a lot of people
Mass
are
rep-
flagging
mass
you.
reporting.
Mass reporting, right? So your responsibility is, because truth is, we haven't had one person, mind you, who said that this program
Yeah.
is criminal and here's the proof. We haven't
Yeah.
seen a single person who's been human trafficked. Or
Everything is
it could
alleged.
be propaganda.
Everything's alleged.
Because, yeah, everything is alleged. So your homework, especially if you're dealing with an agency that's connected to the Russians, is actually having all the proof and then making sure that these guys' platforms, as much
Yeah.
as their reputations are gone,
That
at least
application-
their platforms and their bread and butter can be protected. And I feel like
Yeah.
that's squarely your responsibility.
one,
And,
yeah.
and
Because
we've
there's
actually done
people
that.
behind Twitter. Sorry, man, it's not robots.
Yes.
Who say we're banning these? There's real humans.
Many
who read all
times,
these
many
things.
times we've sent emails and made calls, and we've gotten things reversed.
People have had their accounts hacked,
Yeah.
called
This is
offices,
It's
yeah.
not impossible, especially when it's something that is so in front of everyone's face. This can be easy. You genuinely will get an audience, and you need legal counsel. I think those are the things that will start to make everybody who's involved in this to start feeling like, oh, somebody is protecting us, right? So I think for all intents and purposes,
Bro,
that has to be
Seema
step
is
one.
so out
Because
of
at the
it.
end of the day, we can't sit here and just talk about problems. We got to talk about solutions because izinto zabantu ziwile.
Yeah. To answer that, we actually have put out all those, we've reached out to the world, people in the team, the conglomerates of agencies actually have reached out to the TikToks, to the platforms, to flag this sort of stuff. And I think the core context, especially where we are in this conversation now, is actually that statement. To actually say, what are you guys actually saying? What are you guys actually putting out there? How are you guys combating this? And again, I'll reiterate, I only got that approval from the conglomerates and the people today to say, this is what we can put out there in the meantime, in the interim. But we have been knocking on doors. We have been trying to fix this stuff. And I think my biggest distraction from the first time I heard the news, I said I didn't want to make an excuse before, but it's because we're trying to handle the solution. We had hundreds of phone calls, hundreds of people that we're speaking to, because I can't call Munaka and say, yo, Munaka, yo, Joe, I sympathize with you. I need to fix it. So I spend all my time, this is the first time I've left the house since this whole thing has happened. We're like 4 days in now. And since that Monday morning, when those tweets went out and so on and so forth, I'm not crying for my character. I'm not crying for myself. I'm just like, I need the officers, I need the officials, I need everyone. I'm scrambling everything. And I'm pretty sure I'm on everyone's call log in this country who's in a certain powerful position. So maybe at some point we can read the statements.
Yeah.
Because by the time that this comes
Yeah.
out, it would have been out there. But that's actually what we're trying to do to be accountable. And we're saying that please hold on, guys, for the government, I guess, who you're going to believe because they don't believe anything else. But it is us. And we're the ones who counter these influences. And we as a conglomerates are fighting this war for them. But because you guys aren't listening to the statement that's been put out by the Russian embassy, I mean, if anyone can actually think what that even means, why would an entire embassy lie and say there's no human trafficking? Why would a woman who's in the program lie about her not being abused and trafficked? So it might sound like deviation, but I'm only speaking the jurisdiction of the facts that I have and the things that we're trying to engage and to solve. I'm apologetic that I'm not sitting in the state building because I'm just an agency, most of which our agency work is an agency of an agency. Because our main process is consultation and not only in relationships with influencers. None of these people are assigned to us, but we are the bridge between the brands and the creators. And unfortunately, when I had to find the brands, I can only go to a certain level until this point where it's like, okay, this one is bigger than us, so I will put everything on the line to try to get to it. And I guess this statement, which might mean nothing to you guys, is the only war impact I'm having. The reputational damage, Mac, it's chai. It's over for us, I guess. But I believe that the
But it
truth
should
will
have never
always set
got
free.
there, bro. It should never got there.
How
but anyway,
could I control that?
Is the statement long?
I know, Dudu, you got a question?
So what do you say about
I was
the,
asking,
state-
is
the
it long?
statement you sent to me, Sia?
Yeah.
The one we have. Are you
Yes.
talking about another one or this
No,
one?
just the one you have. Because the draft is actually finished. as
Okay,
I arrived
okay,
here.
okay. I think we'll get into that one because I think this statement is not saying much, if I'm being quite honest. You know, yeah, it's not saying a lot. But as you guys are engaging and you're going on, there's Sima here who's busy crying. There's Munaka here who's in her emotions. Maybe let's also engage them in terms of what are they feeling in this moment. Maybe let's move away from
That's
you
actually
for
what
a
I wanna
moment
know.
and let them come into it because
That's what I wanna
they
know.
are, it's their names that are getting dragged. I know you're
Yes.
saying your name is getting dragged as well. Maybe that's the case, but I think for them, they're influencers, they make a living out of what they do. right? I'm not erasing whatever it is that's going on with you, but I'm speaking on behalf of these people that I know that they're influencers. They've built their accounts. Yes, they've built their following
And
from
it's
the
hard,
ground
bro.
up, right?
It's hard, bro.
Yeah.
It's not
so
easy.
so
Not easy,
Sima
man.
doesn't have an account now. She had
Shit ain't
2.8
easy.
million followers. Munaka is also going through her own things, and they're sitting here listening to all of this. And I know that you have to explain what you have to do, but they're also part of the conversation. So I feel like we haven't even engaged them much in this process. So let's let them also come in, because I don't think for a viewer it looks right for someone to be crying over there and another one to be pulling faces over there while we're focusing on one thing.
True.
No,
Right.
100%.
True.
Yeah.
100%. Munaka, you want to
W
start,
commentator.
Sima?
Oh, now I'm just hurt. Like, like, how am I going to get my followers back? How am I going to get my account back? And people are thinking, I'm a human trafficking. Mara, like, guys, my name is being dragged here. I saw there was a video nyana ba re, Kiyosia. But do you understand the amounts of videos that are there about me? You know that I'm the one that's getting dragged the most on social media because of this thing. Do you understand? Like, I can't
Yes,
even
Emma.
defend myself. Like, I get a platform. If I talk on IG, they're gonna be like, yeah, Emilani, we're gonna block you here also, we're gonna ban you here also. No one wants to listen. And what are you doing about that, Sia?
Mama, I sympathize with you.
2.8
Ngiyakuzwa, ma.
million, yes, Sia.
And kusentshwa sanganzima ma, ngiyazi kakhulu. Ngiyazi kakhulu ma. And into engishoyo ma ukuthi ngiyazama. Ngalokho okuncane nginakho ngiyazama ma. Akusi mina mama. It's not because I wanted this to happen to any of us. Mama, I'm trying my best to engage the people who can at least put out some high level of truth so that the actual people who are coming for all of us can maybe bend down and stop doing this. Because for me, it's the community that's attacking the influencers and the community that's believing a narrative of human trafficking that's not real. So I'm trying my best to get someone who listens to them, because we've tried 5 ways and no one's trying to listen.
Munaka?
I really sympathize with you, Sima. I'm very sorry. I feel bad for you guys and the ones whose accounts got deactivated. I hope I'm not next, but I'm really, really sorry. I don't know what that feels like. I don't want to know it. It's tough. I get that. I believe you. And I don't think it's fair. And the thing is,
And my
like,
reputation,
it's, yeah. I think a reputation is harder to build than an account at the end of the day. And like I mentioned before, like, even if this blows over and even if the government releases a statement that, guys, it was all fake, we will always be associated with human trafficking. And that is something we cannot get back, which really sucks. And I know you're saying you're also getting heat, but you're not an influencer. You can open up another agency and call it Marketing 101 and still hide behind it, and no one will know anything. You'll still get deals. Nothing will change, but we will always be at the forefront of these things.
Right.
And I just don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. I don't know what can be done for us to feel better, but I just feel in the moments where we needed you, even if you can say, I don't know what I'm going to do now in the situation, it would have been so nice to at least get a text to say, yo, you guys are blowing up. We're going to find a strategy, but we're here for you. We released a statement to say we are Sway Digital. We're representing you guys, and we want them to know that this is our fault. You guys are not at fault at all because you are the middleman. And you mentioned the business side of influencing,
yeah.
which people don't actually understand. I'm not a
you're the last
researcher.
line of-
Yes, we are the last line of community. There's a billboard. Before the billboard goes on, there's someone else who has to contract. You can't blame
There's
the billboard.
approvals.
Yeah, there's someone else that has to. It's a process. So I feel like you guys should have just supported us. But I think it's a learning curve for all of us, especially as influencers. Going forward, I'm going to include that reputation thing because
The other way.
I,
You have to put it the other way.
The other way as well.
And then things
I'm learning.
like campaign insurance, right?
I'm
Especially
doing it as well.
Especially, and then also just checking which jurisdiction this contract will be enforced in. Like it's a core thing in a contract, especially with influencers, and when you do sort of like cross-border campaigns or work. Because when ish hits the fan, you got to know which court you can run to.
This is fucked up, man.
So I'm sorry.
Yeah, Sima's got.
Like, there's people like that had campaigns. They're saying that they must pay back that money. Are you going to pay for them, Sia?
Are you going to give us the money? I lost
Are you
four
gonna give them
campaigns.
that money?
But okay, guys, I need to I need to say, okay,
Wait. I think let's give Zile a word or two as well.
You know what? I didn't want to say anything, but honestly, because I didn't want to sit next to this guy. See, I didn't want to sit next to you, my guy. I
Damn.
don't want to lie to you. I even feel guilty for saying my guy to you.
Damn.
Number one, you didn't say anything, bro. Saying, "Oh, we are working on it. Don't worry, relax." It doesn't take lawyers. It doesn't take Russians. Please take accountability, my guy. You are the main
Damn.
guy. Whether you like it or not, whether you're trying to shy away. The main reason I don't want to sit there is because I didn't want to crash out. But I'm going to tell you right now, the reason this thing is happening, the reason their lives, the reason everyone stopped their life is because of you, Sia. You are the one
Damn.
who are the main character. I know, yes, I got the campaign through Omar. Omar got it through you. You must get it into your head that it was you, whether you like it or not, whether there are other people, so we can't get access to that. I lost a lot of things. My mom can't even sleep, bro. There's no amount of English there's no amount of training that is gonna make me understand from you. I want to tell you right now, or I don't even want to be here and talk to you. Take accountability. You were supposed to say, all the influencers of my relax, I'm gonna take out a video. We were not supposed to do apologies. You were supposed to be the one, whether you like it or not. There's no amount of your English or whatever or your agency. I spoke with So Digital. I have your number phones. We created a group chat. You guys were on my back saying, "Oh, where's the video? Where's the video? Where's the video?" Why the same energy? Where is it? Where is it now? Did I not delay with my content? I did delay. Where's the energy? Are you checking? Why were you not checking that time? Don't come to us and come act or, yo, you know what? Nah, bro, we don't care. We don't care. Tell people who you are the one who took this campaign and brought it to South Africa, to some influencers. Don't tell us about other agencies. But me, I'm affected, and I know you. I didn't speak with any Russian. My guy, take accountability. Say, I see ya, I was the one. Don't come to me with your English. I don't care, bro. I don't care about there were talks behind the scenes. You are supposed to be like, Zila, don't say anything. I see what's happening. And don't come to me and tell me you didn't see anything that's happening. You are not taking accountability, my guy. And that's the truth. The truth is the reason Sima is crying, the reason Munaga is sitting next to you, the reason I'm here is because of you, Sia.
Damn.
Please understand that. It's because of you. You are the one who spoke with me. I didn't even know Soy Digital was a big agency like that. It was you, my guy. Please understand that. We didn't speak with anyone. We didn't speak with anyone, Mfetu. Like, we didn't. MacG can put me on a platform, and when I'm bending, he's sitting there, he's like, Zile, don't worry, we are still. No, he's gonna call me and be like, Zile, relax, Brain Human's gonna. You get me? Because MacG was the one. Dudu was the one who gave me content. So you now are telling us things that we don't know, and you are speaking that because you are trying to shy away from the main matter. Or guys, I was the one who brought the info. Because we didn't do all those research and stuff, but also you on your front line. You get me? I'm so hurt
Get you,
right
brother.
now.
Bro,
I get you.
and it hurts.
And don't
that-
deviate, bruh.
I'm not deviating, my brother. I think the level of engagement that you're saying is very true.
Yeah,
But
I'm
I
done.
got you from Omar. Do you know what I mean? So when this thing happened, I engaged Omar to say, please tell Zile and the people you spoke to that this is happening. Because throughout the whole campaign, I was not talking to Zile directly. It was my team was speaking to him. So I need to use my team to engage with that while I handle the back office where that came from. I did not bring the campaign into Africa. I brought the campaign to Zile and the influencers that we engaged. And I am apologetic, bro. And I'm trying my best to take accountability. That's why I'm sitting here in the fighting line, catching all the smoke for Russia as the only brew who's sitting at this point in time. And that's my version of trying to take accountability. But I'm also just asking politely, guys, that please don't put the whole element of dragging, please don't put the whole element of Tatarstan and Alabuga, please don't put everything that's happening on me as an individual, because I am just a brew and there's a certain level of engagement that I have with people, and I'm trying to account for
Who must we
those.
drags? Yeah, our businesses. People want to boycott my lip gloss. People want to boycott Zile's acha. Correct. Our business, yo.
Bro, you know what hurts the
Emma.
most, bro?
And I was
Out of
supposed to
everyone,
drop my
you
lip
should
gloss
know,
soon.
because you work in social media. You've been working in social media all your life, bro. You should know how hard it is to build a following, to be where they are. You should know, right? And with what's happening in this country, where kids are selling bombs, people are doing all sorts of weird shit to make money. These people are just trying to make a living, bro.
That's why I'm here, my
Bro,
brother.
like, they didn't kill nobody.
Nothing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they're just trying to make an honest living, and everything they've worked for is fucked
my brother,
because they trusted you.
that's why I'm here, Mac. That's really why I'm here. And to be quite honest, at the core of it, that is also why I'm choosing to take accountability, because I'm not here for brands. I'm not here for the people at the top. I'm here for the creators. I am always creator first. It's just always so painful for me because...
But your actions didn't say that, bro.
Bro,
You're saying that now because there's a camera.
No, it's because...
Where was this energy when they were trending from jump?
I explained where the energy was. Me trying to get the right lines of engagement to put something like this, the statement out.
Bro, Zila said it so well. You don't need a lawyer or right engagements to just pick up a call.
Mac, if I confess to saying that I was wrong, then it means there's actually an issue of human trafficking happening. That is such a small technicality that people overlook.
The human trafficking thing is a subsequent... It doesn't even matter in this thing.
It does, because the only reason the whole community is dragging them is because they're saying that they're trafficking girls. The comment section says, bring back the girls. Where are the girls? The whole people who reported their account are the people who created this on Twitter and are putting it out to put it on the girls.
Would you put the Russia thing above their livelihoods? What matters most?
And that's why I'm here.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like the Russia thing, we can deal with that once we get the facts, because the investigation's ongoing. No one really knows what's happening. But if you're a decent human being, bro, the moment you saw that these people are in shit because of me, and you can't pick up a phone call because of whatever you're saying, for me, that's where I'm like, this is Sia Vela, because he did the same thing to me. But anyway,
no, brother, I'm here because this is the biggest platform, and so I can apologize. I'm a small...
Bro, that is so funny, bro. Shit. That is so funny.
No one listens to me on social media. I need to have this platform and engage them like this. No matter,
but you're sitting here spinning, bro.
I'm not bigger than the Russian embassy. I'm not bigger than the girls who are actually there, and they ignore them. So I'm like, let me actually go sit with the girls, and let me go sit with Abu Zile and present myself in human form, because that's my true form of accountability. Social media, bro, is toxic. The people are toxic. People overseas are saying, I've never seen this in my entire life. So for me, they're saying it's not even about the trafficking. We feel like the people on ground have the problem, because why are they doing this to people who are innocent? The lady said, we went there, we saw it. They're saying cap. So for me, it's like, I don't know what else to do, Mac. This situation is bigger than me. It's the people who are dragging them every single day. And I can't go to each and every one of their households and say, guys, this is not true. Because even with the facts, they still don't want to listen, bro. So I'm trying my best when it comes to taking accountability. This is my first interview in my entire life, in years of business. I don't hit the camera. I work for the people behind the camera. But I said, yo, this one is bigger than all of us.
Bro, it's the least you can do. After tarnishing so many lives, it's the least you can do.
I did not tarnish the lives, Mac.
Bro, what do you mean?
I got them onto the campaigns, and I'm taking responsibility for putting them on the campaign. The people who are tarnishing their lives are the ones who are dragging them, the ones who are reporting them, the ones who are putting false news.
No, what Mac
I
is
didn't
saying
do
is
that.
unknowingly, you brought the trouble to their doorstep. Yeah. Unknowingly so, but it is you who did it. That's what he's trying to say. And that's accountability 100%. Right there.
And that's why I'm here. I'm admitting to that, bro. I'm here. I brought it to them. I'm here. I'm here for them as a person who brought it to them. And it's
bro,
been
do you understand? Do you understand? There's a difference in you sitting here, right? You just mentioned it's a big platform and saying, guys, I fucked up. I should have done 1, 2, 3. I didn't. And now you're making it a teachable moment for everybody, because you're not the first and last person to have an agency, right?
Yes.
Wait, let me finish, right?
I'm agreeing, yeah.
And also on a human level, these are people you've worked with, encountered and interacted with, regardless of what social media is saying, regardless of what Russia is saying.
The human touch.
The human touch. Just pick up that call and say, Sima, Munaka, I got you. Leave it on me. You understand what I'm saying? Bro, I wasn't even involved in this, but I called Sima to check up on her. Hey, dude, are you okay? Don't worry. As the network, we've got your back. Nothing's going to happen. All these brands can leave you guys, but spreading humans, we're going to push, because we know the person that you are, and, you know, it's unfortunate this has happened, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. And that's all I'm saying. And what we've gotten here is just statements, blah, 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 blah. And that's all I'm saying, bro.
I genuinely apologize at the beginning, Mike. The time when Munaka asked you the Siako, I said, guys, I messed up.
Okay, let's not go around in circles. Penduka, your thoughts?
No, man, in closing, I just want to, implore people to exercise more kindness, especially towards the influencers, because let's be honest, it's easy for everybody out there, you know, sitting on a high horse saying, you should have done due diligence, etc. Guys, Sima went there.
Yes.
She went there. She saw people, interacted with people in her home language. She asked, are you okay?
Yeah.
You know, so this thing could have happened to anyone, and also they've just been deplatformed because of a mass reporting, right? There've been a lot of not credible websites
Yeah.
that are reporting human trafficking. There's a socio geopolitical
Yeah,
thing you
angle.
spoke about, angle, where okay, Russia keeps on bringing people into the country, young people, oh, they must be making drones. Remember, there was also a story of Elon Musk. They want to use Starlink to
Yeah.
send drones to, these things always happen. So I just want to implore people to be.
There's a
to be
bigger
more
conversation.
kind. Yeah, yeah. And also, it seems like there's bandwagoning happening where there's people who are just happy that Sima's lost their accounts.
Yeah.
And people are losing their accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a black thing now. It's not
Yeah.
even a you care about human trafficking. And to speak on the human trafficking, if you know somebody who's been human trafficked
Police.
due to this,
Police. Immediately.
make statement, tell us more about them, because it may be able to help these kids maybe sue him to say, oh, you brought us into actually a human trafficking syndicate that is
Yeah.
actually happening. But for now, it's all theoretical. Like
Yeah.
there's no proof that there's actually been human trafficking that is happening.
Yeah.
So if there is, please do come out there, go to the police, but also publicly make the statement, because they have their accounts that are lost
Yeah.
over a mass hunch that people have, and over possible fake news and fake stories
Yeah.
that have been published. And also, bro, please, man, you've got the resources as well. You know, the Russian embassy or Russian government have said there's no crimes, yet her account has been blocked and other people's account on suspicions of peddling a crime. So it's your responsibility
Yeah.
to get all the proof, and
Yeah.
at least as much as there's reputational damage. Do try get these kids' accounts back, because these are tools of their trade,
we
and
have
they
so
could maybe
much.
sue you to say they've lost tools of their trade
And
your
income.
job,
And my
that
brother-
that you brought.
I would take that. That I would definitely take, especially at a point where it comes out that this is actually factual. I would take that 100%. That is also why I'm sitting here putting my face out. What I do want to add to this, though, is we have brought forward so many facts. We have thousands and thousands of
Who?
facts.
To the platforms? Because these
Yeah.
need to be said
Yes,
to
yes,
TikTok.
yes.
To say
100%.
these people have been accused of peddling
100%,
or
brother.
promoting a crime. There is no crime. Therefore,
100%.
it's false reporting. Please.
Yes, exactly that.
reinstate
Exactly what you're saying, bro. That's exactly what
Please,
happened.
bro. It's
That's
your
exactly what happened
responsibility.
yesterday, and that's exactly what made us say that. Okay, we people can ridicule, people can talk because it's community, and that's where this thing derives from. It derives from a girl on Twitter, Upabalo, who spread some fake news, pushed it, put a figure. Don't forget, guys, Cyan Bougie is the most loved hate person, I believe, in this space. This program has been going on for so long. Amos and Abu Naka, they all went. They all went and came back. Everything was fine. But the minute Cyan puts that thing out, that girl Pabala goes for Cyan, and she builds this false narrative around it. And every single day she's trying to upkeep this narrative, making people hate the ladies and people in this room. The people who banned their accounts was not TikTok. It was human beings. The people who say Baba Boshwe, it is human beings. The people who did not fact check but are claiming people didn't fact check is human beings. So for me, it's like, guys, in a place where we are in bricks, in a place where we're in alliance with these people, I do not believe there'll be a world where this has been going on for 4 or 5 days if there's any substantiation and any facts around this thing. I'm sitting here today to say I am the one who contracted maybe 10 to 12 girls and I'm accountable for them. Hence, I'm sitting here saying this. But I cannot go to every single human being who has a bitter place in their hearts and a special place to attack these girls. Whether it's envy, whether they don't want to see us succeed, I'm very well aware of cancel culture. I'm aware of places and spaces such as individuals like you. So for me, it's like, yo, it's not about the program. And every single question I'm being asked today, based on my character, whatever, I cannot defend the program. I cannot defend the issue because the issue is not the program. The issue is the people who are dragging these individuals who are working hard, the people who don't care that Zile has a big campaign and got cancelled, the people who make fun and mock them at their downfalls, the people who don't fact check that, the same people, when they're doing well and doing great, don't say a single word. So for me, it's like, like it's a character thing on my side to say, I'm sorry, ladies, I did not reach out to you. I was hoping and I was talking to my team and they were doing that from their side, and the timestamps are absolutely wrong. But imagine how I feel when I see that. I'm like, oh snap, this is hectic. I gotta go to the top. I gotta go to the back office into the engine to solve that. And I'm sorry, that's why I just say I didn't want to make excuses big in the beginning, but that's the reason, because I'm flabbergasted and I know the accusations.
You didn't go to Russia.
The people, the agencies that we've worked with, our alliances, they have actually
No, I'm
gone.
saying you didn't go to Russia.
No, the other agencies that we work with actually went to Russia. So they started that first and they gave us the credibility. They went, they checked the
it's
offices,
very
they spoke to the state.
So,
the
so wait,
government.
the connecting agency.
No. It's a conglomerate of agencies. There's like 2, 3, 4 agencies here in South Africa.
No, I'm saying, so from South Africa, was there an agency
Yes.
that went
Yes.
on behalf of you guys?
On behalf of not on behalf of us as Sway.
No, but I'm saying of the conglomerate. You're saying
Yes.
So they were the ones that did the location scouting and all that
Yes,
stuff. And
100%.
so then why are they not speaking? I'm just asking.
Because what we got told today in the meeting from
But before, let's say before the meeting,
Yes, that's what
because
I'm
the meeting was like a platform that you guys discussed. When this was happening, why were they like, well, we've got these files, so let's,
Because
this thing is real.
Couldn't, in the same way that we couldn't, because of the levels of engagement, we couldn't. And in fact, I got told, don't go there today. Because if you do, at certain powers it might be very detrimental for you, because we're trying to solve this at a high level. I said, guys, there's no way, because unfortunately our business sits in the middle. I sit for creative.
In closing, man, what's your take? What do you want to say?
Sure. There's a
Damn. This video's been so fucking long, bro. It's literally the same length of a feature film, bro. Straight
I
up.
think I want to speak from an influencer perspective, or rather, because I mean, essentially, this whole entire issue it just raises how young people can easily be exploited. So identifying how online scams, okay. So I'm going to read an article.
Alright, man, fuck it. We don't give a fuck about your article. We genuinely don't give a fuck. But damn, way. Yo, guys, this is something crazy. Okay, this is something that I honestly wouldn't wish on anybody, and it sucks that it's them, bro. It sucks that it's the very people that you see people reposting their content every single day. You understand? Every single day, people are reposting Sima, Zile, Bunaka, everything. It's so sad, bro. It's so sad. Like, it's literally people that we see these people all the time and everything. But yeah, man, bro, me personally, from the jump, bro, I kind of had a feeling that some of these things start at the top. Like, that's the thing about being a creative. As a creative, you just want to do creative shit. Like, you just want to you want to focus on the creative side, and whatever money comes from it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's a thing where as a kid, right, if your parents are like, yo, look, we're gonna go to the park and you're gonna be able to go swim. There's a swimming pool in the park and everything. You know what I'm saying? So pack your bags, sleep early tonight, because tomorrow morning we're gonna wake up early. We're gonna go to the mall. Once we're done shopping, we're gonna go to the park and you can just do your thing, right? Cool. You have full trust in your parent, right? Yeah, the whole mall thing happens. Boom, boom, boom. You go to the park. Next thing you know, you're drowning. You understand? Or something happens to you. You realize, oh shit, I'm actually not as good at swimming as I thought I was. You understand? Or maybe there's some weirdo at the park just trying to do weird shit to you. I mean, in the pool that's trying to do weird shit to you. Or maybe you go there, you kick your ball gets lost, or it gets stuck in like those fences and your ball gets popped, or whatever happens. You understand what I'm saying? And your focus as a kid was going to play at the park. Like, you wanted to just go play and just have fun. You understand? And bro, that's just what it is. Like, all I want to do is just record these videos, stream, and everything else. Like, just let everything else happen. You understand? So I feel like that's kind of what happened. That is what happened. You know, as Munaka said, like, bro, she's not a research kind of person. Like, she's not one to do the research when she has people that she trusts to do that for her or before her. You understand what I'm saying? So I do understand where, bro, I do understand where everybody's coming from, bro. You know, and it's unfair. It's sad, bro. It's sad having a team, and not even just having a team, having people that contact you and they haven't done their own research. Just like, bro, now I have to do my research because you didn't do it, but you came with the thing to me. It's like, bro, what's going on, bro, for real? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, this whole situation has just been unfortunate. Very, 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 very sad. But yeah, man, these are, at the end of the day, man, these are our people. You know, I feel like we should protect them in some way and accept them back on these platforms, your YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Mostly TikTok, and Twitter and TikTok, because that's where most of the flag is coming from, really. You know, but yeah, man, these are our people, man. Let's not do that to Zile, Munaka, and everyone else involved, bro. These are our people. Yeah, man. Best of luck to you, people, for real. You know what I'm saying? It sucks being dragged, and yeah, man. That's just where we're gonna end this shit. Bro, I still need to go make dinner, but let's just do one more video, okay? One more video, just one more video.